This case has the potential to significantly expand or restrict the way our country upholds religious liberty. It all started in a Colorado bakery when two gay men walked in and asked Jack Phillips to make them a wedding cake.
Yeah, I really had no idea that it could escalate to something like this. I just wanted to try and find a polite way to tell them that I couldn't create the cake that they were looking for.
Phillips' answer will now be dissected by 9 Supreme Court justices, who will ultimately decide whether it was legally okay for him to say no. Phillips didn't say yes because he believes God designed marriage for men and women. His lawyer tells CBN News that tolerance is the best argument for her client.
Regardless of what you believe about marriage, if you want to have freedom for yourself, you have to extend that freedom to others.
Phillips says his passion for art goes all the way back to childhood.
If I wasn't playing, I was drawing.
After high school, a new job helped him discover his life's work.
I fell in love with working in the bakery. I liked the pace, I liked the work, I liked the product, I liked the people, I liked everything about it.
Phillips especially enjoyed meeting with couples about to get married, and his wedding business took off. That all came crashing down, however, after his conversation with Charlie Craig and David Mullins. They say he violated Colorado's anti-discrimination law when he refused to make their cake. The State Civil Rights Commission and an appeals court agreed. The rulings forced Phillips to stop making wedding cakes and cost him 40% of his business.
Before this all happened, I had 10 employees working for me. Now I have 4, including myself. I had full-time people doing deliveries, full-time bakers.
The ACLU and gay rights activists are using the discrimination ruling as the centerpiece of the couple's case. They argue public accommodation and non-discrimination laws benefit all. LGBT author and speaker John Corvino says people of faith are actually served by these laws.
They offer as much protection to conservative religious customers as they do to LGBT customers, sometimes more. They mean that the gay atheist can't refuse to serve the conservative Christian any more than the conservative Christian can refuse to serve the same-sex couple.
Phillips maintains he wanted to serve Mullins and Craig as customers and told them he would make them anything except a wedding cake. Attorney Mark Rienzi specializes in religious liberty cases for all faiths and says we live in a big enough country to accommodate people with different views on marriage.
Giving Phillips the ability to continue to live out his faith is not going to create some long list of bad effects for everybody else. It's really just living together in a world where people have different beliefs. And Phillips is not out there trying to stop somebody else from getting married. He's not trying to block somebody else's bakery so they can't bake the cake. He's just saying, that's something I don't agree with, I can't participate.
Rienzi notes a long history of the U.S. supporting conscience rights. Doctors and nurses don't have to perform abortions, and pacifists don't have to fight in wars.
Weddings are often religious ceremonies, and we don't have any tradition in this country of forcing people to celebrate somebody else's religious event.
Wagner argues Phillips is the true victim of discrimination here. She points out how the same Civil Rights Commission allowed another Denver bakery to refuse to bake a cake with an anti-gay message.
That's viewpoint discrimination.
Court watchers say no matter how you slice it, this case centers around Justice Anthony Kennedy. Known as the Supreme Court's top swing vote, he's supported gay rights, religious liberty, and free speech. Phillips says he's learned a lot about trusting God in the last 5 years and will trust him now for this one.
I'm an artist and I'm a Christian at the same time. And I hope that the court realizes that everybody has those lines that we draw.
If the court rules in favor of Phillips, it will no doubt move our country towards a more robust understanding of religious freedom. And Phillips supporters say that is good news, not just for Christians who think like Phillips, but for people of all faiths. Reporting in Washington, Heather Sells, CBN News.